I've noticed one thing that a lot of people fail to recognize, and that is practice, practice, practice. You have to be intentional about your practice and actually being better on purpose. Be better on purpose. A lot of people just kind of stumble into actually being better, and that route actually takes a lot longer. But if this is something that you're actually working on daily, you can get there much quicker. So what's the big idea, right? So being better on purpose means growth by design, not by chance. And that simply means making it intentional. You have to look at whatever you're looking to excel in, sort of like a business, right? When people are growing businesses, well, the folks that do it the right way, and really there's no right way to do business, but for those that grow exponentially, right, quickly, they have these systems in place. They're getting better by design because they are looking at their data and they are improving the data, right? So this is not by chance. This is not a by chance thing. That's exactly why we need to practice daily, because that will ensure that we get closer and closer to whatever the end goal is. And the thing about it is, it's a mindset, right? So improvement needs to become a daily discipline. So just like you get up in the morning to brush your teeth, wash your face, shower, whatever you do in the morning, that's a routine. It's habitual, right? This is something that you do every single day. Improving needs to be something that is a daily habit as well, because so many of us go through life without actually intentionally getting better. We kind of just go through our days unconsciously, just going through the day as normal, not really improving. Now, you can improve in small areas. It doesn't have to be anything monumental, anything outrageous, like just small improvements daily is what you want. This has to be something that you decide. You have to decide to get better. For those who don't decide to get better, they may get better, but it's, again, like I said in the beginning, it's on accident, because the more you do something, after a while you'll learn, right? And you'll eventually get better. However, if it's an intentional decision, if it's an intentional decision, you'll get there that much quicker because you're focused on getting better. And so when you make that decision, you then need to build the system that supports it. Okay, so if you're wanting to become a daily reader, you want to read 15 pages a day, you need to set up a system that allows you to read those 15 pages each day. If you want to read those 15 pages every single day, right when you wake up in the morning, how about set your book on your nightstand right next to you, so when you hop up in the morning, that can be one of the first things that you grab. You knock those 15 pages out and you go about your day. Or you can have it in your bathroom and you grab it from the bathroom when you leave the bathroom after brushing your teeth, washing your face, whatever. That's part of that system. You're putting things in place so that you have there's no other option but to get the thing done, because it's right there in your face. Practice is actually the path, right? It's the journey that gets you there. And so small daily reps is what you want. You don't want small bursts of energy here or there, because that's not going to be consistent. Again, this needs to be something that is hardwired into your habits daily. So it needs to become a habit. So set your systems in place so that you can actually accomplish it. Purposeful repetition builds mastery. All right, so you just need to do it over and over again. You'll get better and better at it because you're learning as you're doing it. Now we're at the point where we're measuring our progress. Okay, so, and this is that data that I'm talking about. So as you're going through these days, right, you should be improving. Okay, so you're not measuring your busyness. You need to measure what you built or what you improved on. So if you're wanting to read 15 pages a day, you measure your improvement or your progress by actually getting those 15 pages read. Now, the habit or the act is actually reading, right? But did you read 10 pages? Did you read 8 pages? Or did you read 15 pages? Now, getting to the actual book, grabbing the book, picking it up, that is the first step, right? then you have to make sure you actually read those 15 pages. And that's what you're measuring. You're measuring how much have you gotten done. All right. How much closer are you getting to the actual goal? How close are you to actually finishing the book? Okay. So if this book has 60 pages in it, this book should take you 4 days to complete. All right, because you're reading 15 pages a day. So it should take you 4 days. If you're measuring daily how well you're doing in this particular task, this particular goal, it should only take you 4 days. Now, if it's taking you longer than 4 days, that's your unit of measure. You know, hey, I'm a little behind or I'm a little ahead. Okay? But now you're able to gauge how well you're improving or how far you've come. And you need to be tracking your progress daily. So what skill did you sharpen? Did you learn new words while you were reading? Did you read quicker today than you did yesterday? So these are all micro skills that you're improving on just because you want to complete this one goal, which is finishing this book. So now you're looking at, yesterday I read those 15 pages in, 20 minutes. But today I read those 15 pages in 18 minutes. So you're getting better. And now you have that sense of accomplishment. Like, dude, like I'm getting this done and I'm getting better at it. You're sharpening your toolkit as you're progressing through into the finish line of this goal. And again, you're asking yourself, how well did I do today? Was it 1% better? Was it 2% better? You're tracking all this stuff so you actively know how well or how bad you're doing. And then there's the mechanics of it all. So where's your focus going? So what is the actual goal? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? What is the end goal? So pick one skill or area that you want to improve in. Then you got that feedback, right? So you need to reflect and refine fast. Key word being fast. You need to analyze your data and you need to iterate on this stuff quickly. Now, the reason you want to do it quickly is because moving through life, the people who excel are the folks that make decisions quickly and analyze their data quickly. Next, we're looking at stretching. So stepping outside of your comfort zone. So this is something that you're doing daily now. So this is out of your comfort zone initially because this wasn't something that you did on a daily basis. But now you have to make time for this new thing. If you're like, let's see, Spanish. If you're wanting to learn Spanish, and you want to set aside 15 to 20 minutes a day, now you have to fit that inside of your day. Now, this is a new comfort level that you have to get familiar with because now you may have to rearrange some things in your day. If you're wanting to become a better speaker, this is the one that's really going to put you outside of your comfort zone because now you're going to challenge yourself by making conversation with strangers. Then you want to repeat. So your progress compounds. So the more you do it, the better you get. The faster you're moving, the better you're analyzing, the quicker you're analyzing your data. And here's why daily practice works. Your brain rewires with repetition. So that's that neuroplasticity. So your brain creates new pathways as you're learning new information. We'll use speaking, for example. You want to become a better speaker, so you're talking to more strangers. Now, over time, this task or this skill is going to become easier to you. You're going to find that talking to strangers becomes more natural because of that neuroplasticity. You're finding out ways to talk to strangers that isn't the norm. You're talking to someone like they're your friend. Where in the beginning you were hesitant, you were a little standoffish, your questions weren't really the best questions. You didn't really know where to go from this part of the conversation to the next. But now, because you've done it over and over again, your brain knows how to move. And now you're moving through conversations quickly. They're engaging. And you and the other person on the other side of the conversation is having a great time. And then that consistent action reshapes your identity. Before, when you were the shy person, the person that didn't really want to talk to people, the person that didn't do well in social environments, now you're an outgoing person. You don't have a problem talking to anyone. You never meet a stranger because you are that comfortable now speaking with people. And now that reshapes your identity, and you no longer identify with being a shy person, but now you identify with someone who's confident, who's able to vocalize their thoughts and be verbal in any social situation clearly and confidently. You've rewired how you think about yourself, and you've rewired how others perceive you. And that's how that momentum turns those small wins into confidence. You gain confidence out of doing things repetitively, things that you actually want to get better in. Then you have your obstacles, which is waiting for motivation. If you're waiting for motivation, the longer it's going to take you to actually start. So you don't want to wait for motivation, because first off, motivation is temporary anyway. You'll get motivated, then you're down again. Then you get motivated, then you're down again. So that's why this has to be a discipline. This has to be something that no matter what, you work towards whatever the goal is daily. No matter how you're feeling, no matter what it looks like, feels like, sounds like, it doesn't matter. You are going to get your 15 minutes in, your 20 minutes, your 30 minutes, whatever the time frame is for whatever this goal is for you. You're going to do it daily without motivation. You do not need motivation. And then next we have comparing your start to someone else's middle. Comparison, you've probably heard this before, but comparison is the thief of joy. So do not compare yourself to others. All right. You just got started, but you're looking at someone else's middle, or they're years down the line and they're doing this and that. You cannot get wrapped up in that. Okay. We all have different journeys and paths that we're taking. And it's just because someone else is 25 and they're speaking at big events and, getting paid millions of dollars to do this and that. They started when they were 15. They started speaking when they were 15 because they were brought up by a family of speakers. Like, you do not know what these other people have gone through to get to where they are. They also started somewhere. So just remember this. Do not get caught up in comparing yourself to others. It will not turn out the best for you. And you will slow yourself down by doing that. Now, if you want to look at other folks that are doing the same thing or in a space that you want to be in, use them for inspiration. That's it. Do not compare. Use it for inspiration. Use them as it's possible. And I can actually get there. Do not compare. And the next obstacle is quitting when growth seems slow. Okay? This is back to that discipline. You just got to keep going, no matter what it looks like. No matter what it looks like. Small progression is what you want. So, and that's what you have to expect. Now, if you get big jumps in progression daily, that's awesome. But expect small progression, and know that this is what it takes. It's a patience game. Okay? And again, your journey is not the journey of someone else's. Where someone else might have, progressed overnight, may not happen the same way for you, but that is okay. All right? Because 9 times out of 10, most folks do not have overnight progression like that. Okay? So do not quit when the growth seems like it's moving slow. Some motion is better than no motion. All right? So keep going. And next we have the power of intentional living. And so, yes, we're focusing on these goals that we want to get done, and we're practicing towards these goals. But this has to become a lifestyle. This has to be your life. Okay? So when you start that small goal of I want to read 15 minutes a day, once you finish that first book, don't just stop. Keep going. Keep it going. This has to be a lifestyle, because once you start in that one area, it will trickle into other areas, and now you're practicing in other areas, and now your life is a lot more grand than what it was before, because now you're practicing all these things. And now there's a little bit more to you now. So it has to be a lifestyle. And every choice is a vote for the person that you're becoming. So when you decide to take a step in the direction that you want to go, that end goal, you're voting to be that person that you are becoming and that you aspire to be. So think about that as well. Hey, I'm getting better daily. I'm getting closer and closer to the person that I already know I am. I'm just pulling it out of myself right now. And then you want to make sure when you're practicing, you practice with purpose, not perfection, because perfection, it isn't real. Perfection does not exist. The only thing that is perfect is God. When you practice, make sure there's a purpose behind it. And your purpose should be, hey, I'm just getting better. I'm getting better daily. I'm getting better daily. And if you're looking for perfection, I promise you, you're going to quit, because perfection does not come around. Perfectionism is a slow death. You will literally not get anything done if you're wanting everything to look so perfect. So let's not do that. Perfection is dead. Let's not do it. And I'm going to close with this. Be better on purpose. Just like I said in the beginning, do this thing intentionally. You have to make this your life. Practice, practice, practice. Discipline, discipline, discipline. All right? Do not compare yourself to anyone. This is your journey. This is the path that you have to take. Implore patience, okay? But make sure you're practicing, because excellence is not an act. So tell me, what will you practice tomorrow? If this was helpful for you, you got a lot out of this, leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn about next, because we're all about getting better over here. And if you're looking for a community of people, of like-minded people that's always looking to get better, click the link in the description. It's for the Confidence and Closers community, because for one in life, you need confidence to do and be the person that can do and be anything. And the next, you need to know how to close. You need to know how to make things happen in life. You need to close on everything that you do. So if you want to be a part of that community, go ahead and click on that link. That's all I got for you guys today. This was good. I love you guys. Let's get better every day.